Dominic from askmediy.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the chop saw just to cut some basic angles. So we're going to cover a 22.5 and a 45, and of course your 90 degree. So let's get going. I'll show you how to use a chop saw with hopefully not chopping your fingers off. The thing you want to know about chop saws is that when they look like this, they are set at a 90 degree angle. But of course, if we're looking to do a corner of the casing on your door, which has two 45s with a total of a 90, we're going to set it at a 45 degree angle, just like this. Now this is your casing, say for a window or a door, but I mean any old piece of wood, whatever you plan on cutting. Against the fence, nice and flat. This is where the blade is going to go, the slot right here. Of course, you want to keep your fingers far away from it. Hold the piece of wood nice and tight. Everything's set, locked in at a 45, as you can see here. And simply pull it down, make sure you're on your mark, close to it, turn it on, and then you're going to cut it. And voila, there is 145. Now, if we were doing a window or door, this is good because now we have the left side of our window or our door, and now we have to cut another piece, again at a 45 degree angle for the top. However, we can't do the same angle, obviously, so we're going to rotate our chop saw to the other 45 degree angle, lock it down, and then we're going to cut the other piece and continue on. Now, let's say we're just going to do a regular straight cut. Well, okay, lay your piece of wood in there, wherever you want, wherever it has to be, and then just like that. I mean, it's a relatively simple tool to use. However, if you have to cut a piece like this and it's small, be really careful. Honestly, if you have another way of cutting it besides putting it in the chop saw, because the smaller the pieces get, the more dangerous it is. Now, believe me, it may look not all that complicated, but when you start dealing with these smaller pieces and they can get caught in there, this tool will throw that piece of wood back at you so fast, so quick, you won't know what happened. Well, let me show you something else. What I have here is a piece of base molding that you typically use to put for your base, at the bottom trim on your walls against your flooring, carpet, whatever it may be. But we need to cut 245. Say we're going around a wall, not an inside corner, this would be an outside corner, and we're going to need two separate, very different 45s. One's going to be on the left, one's going to be on the right. So we'll start by doing one on the right. Cut it there. Again, hold it nice and tight, nice and flat. Make sure it's all laying flat down on the bottom, because if it's not, well, you're not going to have a 45. And simply just cut it. And there is one. This is which is going to be on our left. But we can't use what we left behind because it's total opposite. This would be something on an inside corner, but then not really, because on the inside you want a coat, which is a different video. Now, we're going to want to change the angle. Still a 45, but on the opposite direction. And there we go. And here's our others. So instead of me trying to lift up those two big pieces, I actually had cut two smaller ones so I could show you. And there's your two 45s that you would go around of an outside corner. And look, that's pretty nice and clean. As sharp as these are, really determines on you not moving the wood while you're cutting it, as well as a nice sharp blade. Both very, very important if you're looking for those nice straight cuts. I showed you some basic 45 degree cuts that you would use going around a window or a door or a picture frame, whatever it may be. Just got to remember that the chop saw is definitely what it is. Chop fingers off, anything. It's a dangerous tool. It definitely can hurt you, so you got to be really careful. Don't go fast. If you're in a rush using a chop saw, well, simply don't use it, because it will chop your fingers off. I still have them. Hey, but guess what? There was one tool I didn't show you on the chop saw, which is more important than anything. Just out of curiosity, I want to see who noticed that. Come to my website, askmediy.com, and we're gonna have a little comments on the bottom of that, and I'll tell you what that tool is. I want to see how many people actually get it. Anyway, I'm Dominic from askmediy.com. Thanks for watching.